All right, if you ever wanted a case study on how institutionalized trust gets vaporized, well, here you go. UK Biobank, the giant health research project built on data from 500,000 volunteers, had participant data advertised for sale on Alibaba in China. Yeah, the UK government says the listings, well, they didn't include names, addresses, or phone numbers, which I guess is nice, but still, your medical research for sale online is still not a real good sentence to inspire confidence. So, according to the minister's statement to Parliament, at least one listing appeared to contain data from all 500,000 volunteers. Yeah. UK Biobank revoked access to the research institutions believed to be the source. They also paused broader platform access and referred itself to the Information Commissioner's Office, which is good. But here's the thing, though. This is really the problem with de-identified data theater. Folks hear anonymous and they assume it's safe. But in reality, if the controls around access are sloppy, the data still ends up where it absolutely shouldn't be. Volunteers donated that information to help science, not to become a product listing. All right, our second story is all about how Russia's GRU, aka Fancy Bear, apparently looked at old internet routers and saw what they always see: free real estate. Yeah, so according to Krebs, plus guidance from the UK's NCSC and the FBI's IC3, AP28 has been exploiting vulnerable routers, changing DNS settings, and then redirecting traffic through infrastructure that they control. That lets them stage adversary-in-the-middle attacks incredibly easily, and it lets them steal passwords, OAuth tokens, Microsoft authentication material without ever dropping malware onto the victim machine, which is exactly why this is so particularly nasty. Yeah, your laptop can be completely clean. Your EDR can be absolutely happy, and your users can swear that they did nothing wrong. Meanwhile, the router in the corner that nobody patched since the Obama administration is quietly laundering traffic for Russian intelligence. Yeah, so investigators say that this was an opportunistic and broad attack with victims filtered down from a huge pool that included government, military, and critical infrastructure targets. Yeah, this is the modern espionage lesson that really nobody likes to talk about because it's, well, kind of boring. Sometimes the breach is not a dazzling 0-day on your crown jewel server. Sometimes it's just this cheap edge device with ancient firmware and a password last changed during a different pope. Yeah. All right, folks, let's move on to our last story. Microsoft managed to deliver one of cybersecurity's most beloved sequels, the incomplete patch. Yeah, researchers say that an earlier Windows fix for CVE 2026-21510, a flaw tied to an APT28 exploit chain, did block the original execution path, which is great, but, well, a little problem. It's still left behind a zero-click authentication coercion bug, now tracked to CVE 2026-32202, which attackers are already exploiting in the wild. So yes, the patch worked, well, the same way duct tape works on a submarine, briefly and under ideal conditions. Now, CISA has added the new flaw to its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog, and Microsoft had to, well, patch the patch because apparently shipping one emergency is too straightforward. Now, for me, folks, the bigger issue really is about confidence, okay? When defenders race to deploy a fix for a live espionage chain, they need that fix to actually end the conversation, not create a spinoff. And once again, the lesson is painfully simple, okay? If a sophisticated actor finds one useful path through Windows shell behavior, yeah, you should probably assume that they're checking whether your cleanup job missed a spot, because apparently they did. All right, folks, well, that wraps up today's stories. This is Andy Thompson signing off.